And Dr. Andrews, we are live. Are you ready to kick this thing off?
Yes.
Let's do it.
KTTV, giving you what you need. Motivation, education unleashed. H-Town representing, we forever keep it rolling. Join the conversation with inspirational stories. Thought-provoking, feel that energy. Kendrick Thomas aiming to lift the community. True indeed, tune in, come and see. Giving you what you need. KTTV, let's go. KTTV.
And we are back. What to do, KTTV? This is KT, and we are here for season 2 of Education Unleashed. And with that being said, I have none other than the director, than Madam President, than the new doctor herself, Miss Dr. Julia Andrews. How you doing tonight, Doc?
Hey, y'all. I'm well. How are you?
Look, I told you, as you know, in our pregame talking, it's been one of the realest weeks in history for me. But we're going to push through, and we're going to make it happen tonight.
Okay.
That's it. So now, before we jump into things, I always like to do a wellness check. And so I just wanted to say, how have you been doing, Doc, in this go world? And then how are you finding that time to decompress on the back end?
Yes. So I'm in a go right now. But I'm waiting to decompress. So after February 9th, our HAPSI Teacher of the Year event, I'll be able to sleep. Right now, I have some things keeping me up or waking me up early. So these next 2 weeks, I'm going, but soon and very soon, I'll be okay.
Soon and very soon. Hey. Hey, I like that. That is it. But like you say, taking care of the business and then finding that time to rest and relax, maybe do a D&D, all of that good stuff, all of the above.
Yes, it's so important. And taking care of an elderly parent, which I do now, is a different beast of its own. And so sometimes you find yourself taking care of other people, not taking care of yourself. So I'm going to try and find some time to get some self-care in soon.
Yeah, and that is one thing though. Like you say, just always putting yourself last. Like I've been sick this week, and so, but I woke up this morning like, oh yeah, I'm going to work today. I'm gonna do it, man. If people said 102, I say, what? Just lay back down.
Yes,
but it's still we're trying to get out there because it's more about the people, but sometimes it forces you to put that light on yourself. And so right now, that's where I'm at.
Yeah.
All right.
We have to take care of ourselves. Our body will shut us down. Yeah.
Yeah. And once I do that, now I'm not able to do anything for anybody, including myself. I wanted to say thank you though for coming on to the season premiere. This season we got so many awesome people. I think of you. I got Dr. Mays coming on. That's gonna be a good. Yeah. So February 9th is our date. So
is it? Oh, awesome.
Dr. DeBose, she'll be on. So many people, that's coming on to share. So thank you for kicking this thing off the right way, Doc.
Thank you for having me.
Now, for the people that don't know, the people in the back, can you give us a little bit of information on you and your background in the director role that you're in now?
So the job that pays me, that I go to every day, I'm the director for the Center for Safe and Secure Schools for Harris County Department of Ed, and I've been in the director role for 3 years. Before that, I was 2 years as a specialist in the same division, working on social and emotional learning, culture, and climate. Before that, I was an assistant principal and a teacher in Houston ISD, and then I started my career for 9 years in Cy-Fair ISD. And so Cy-Fair is my home. I actually just moved back here to Cy-Fair. So I love it here.
Come on now, South.
Yeah.
Now, and so also, I know tonight we're going to talk a little bit about HAPSI as well. And so, President.
For just a few more months.
But how was that process though? Like did you have to campaign and go all out?
So, I did campaign. It was, but HAPSI is like a family. Mm-hmm. And so it's not like cutthroat campaign or, I've been in the work for HAPSI for a while, and so it was like a natural progression.
Okay.
So, and I was excited. I was excited to be president. But being a president of an organization, and having a full-time job, you have to find balance, and that's what I tell people. So you'll always see me smiling, but somewhere soon I might be
Great.
crying, staying up late, things that keep me up at night. Just making sure that our members are okay, and then that we're putting on programs and events that benefit all of our members in the community, and speaking for what we stand for in HAPSI, giving back to our teachers and the education community.
Yeah, most definitely. Like you said, the 29th Teacher of the Year. And so I know when those votes come out, or when that word comes
Yeah.
out around the campus in A-Leaf, you're like, okay, well, who's going to be and who's
Yeah.
going to do it? So awesome work that you all are doing. And congratulations for running that race. Just a few more months.
Yeah.
I know it's real. So I wanted to start tonight, I guess, on a light note. So let's just jump into that work, because we know all of the changes for security in schools, and the reason why kind of takes you
Yeah.
down. So before we get there,
Okay.
I just wanted to talk about HAPSI. So for those that don't know, what does the letters stand for, and what are some of the services provided to educators here in Houston?
So HAPSI stands for the Houston Area Alliance of Black School Educators. And we're open. It's a open membership professional organization for anyone. We support our teachers through training, recognition, which you'll see February 9th, professional growth, networking, and supporting not only our teachers and educators, our adults, but this is our second year implementing our Youth Involvement Academy. And so those are high school students, and we get them prepared to graduate and go on to college or some type of career field, trade, military. So we give them the tools to be successful, and they meet monthly. We have some amazing volunteers that are working with our young adults, and they are going to put on a summit the last Saturday in February at Worthing High School. And so we'll invite students from all over. We're hoping districts will just bus them in, and the students plan the summit. And so we just are there to feed them, but the students do everything. We bring in different people to talk to students about college, career, life, their emotional health, their physical health. And it's a half a day, but the kids absolutely love it, and we love doing it. And so this is our second year doing it, coming out of COVID, and we're looking forward to it.
Yeah, and that reminds me of the old school BET.
Yes.
Teen Summit.
Teen Summit. That's yes. Yes. And so supporting our youth was so important to me, because those are our future. Yeah. Those are our future. And so they need to see professional and positive role models in their life. Not saying that they don't see it, but we want to be another avenue so they can flourish, and we can support them. And then those seniors who go through our program, they are guaranteed one of our student scholarships.
Nice.
So yeah,
that's it. Now, when I read the goals for the foundation, everything was so like foundational, just basically, and they could be implemented. It seems like all through the years, not like this has to happen and this has to happen. So one of the goals, when I think about the work of me, as whether it's going in schools to set up boys clubs, or going to talk to teachers about how structure, how need classrooms, how do you set those up. Funding sometimes becomes an issue in the schools that need me the most. So how can schools get in touch with you? But in regard to I think the goal is to solicit funds and sponsorships for educational staff development. So let's say a school needs to bring somebody in like that. How do you all work that through?
So we try and write grants. We have an advisory board, and they are very influential around the Houston community. And so we run a lot of things through our advisory board leaders, because they speak on behalf of HAPSI, and some of them have contacts to very big organizations that want to give back. And so we try and support as we can. We may give like a mini scholarship so a teacher can go to a conference. But we also try in HAPSI to provide everything at no cost for our members. And so that's why we encourage membership. If we're putting on a program that's like a one day, or we're having a conference come up in July in Galveston, membership has its privileges. And so that rate is a discounted rate for members. So we try and support as best we can. We have a lot of influence now around the city. And so we're trying to keep a very positive light for HAPSI, so that when we ask, corporations to give, they give heavy, give
heavy.
Give
hey.
heavy.
So now I know you talked about this too, the conference. So last year it was in Galveston, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, and I don't know why I missed it last year. I remember Miss Robinson asking me about it, but I think I was going out of town. That may have been a Mexico trip or something like that.
Oh, okay.
But I missed it. Hey. But this year, I'm looking forward to it. It's already written in stone.
Oh, good.
Good. So now it'll be here in the city.
It will be back in Galveston, the 6th
Okay.
and 7th. I don't want to quote wrong, but I believe registration is just $200 for members. And hotel rooms, I think at $180, July 6th and 7th. Let me tell you, to get Moody Gardens in July 4th weekend, July period, for that amount of money is absolutely phenomenal. And so we wanted to have a conference to where if a district or school wasn't able to pay for their teacher to come, they may be able to afford it. So you can split that room with maybe 2 or 3, 4 other teachers or educators and come and let us pour into you. So our professional development committee is absolutely awesome. All of my committees are awesome and hardworking. They worked over Christmas break. They worked over Thanksgiving break. They work at night, early in the morning, just to make sure that these are exceptional conferences.
I know you had a good time last year, but I'm just asking, are there any exclusives that you can provide for this year right now on the show? Any exclusives?
I know they're securing a really phenomenal keynote. I know that. Mm-hmm. I know they're planning some type of excursion or evening activity. I know that. And I know that last year we told y'all to come in your tennis shoes. And I don't think people realize, like, I'm serious. I'm a shoe fanatic. Like, come in your tennis shoes. So we even gave away prizes for like the best tennis shoe. Nice. So like our tennis shoe game in HAPSI, if you don't know, we don't come to play. So we don't play fair when it comes to our shoe game.
Look.
So you'll be comfortable at the conference. You will be very comfortable at the conference.
If they don't know, they can just go back and check your feet. Because you stay with something fly on.
My nephew is my shoe plug, so I'll be sure to plug him at the end of this. Hey. My nephew is my that's Dr. Mason's son. He is my shoe plug. I go to him for everything. So
let's see here. Yeah. We had a few comments. Let's see. Miss Barbara Mullen.
Hey, Dr. Mullen.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, Sheila. Hey, coach.
Hey, okay.
Let's see here, Alice. She said I just tuned in. Okay, good thing we were just talking about it.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yes, okay. So we'll have to shout that out one more time for her. Oh, she said she made a typo. Let me say, looking, not look. Okay, so basically, just if you could tell her one more time what HAPSI is.
Yes, the Houston Area Alliance of Black School Educators, but let me be clear, it is for everyone that works with students. And so it does not matter the color. We welcome everyone. And we were established to support our teachers who support our students that look like us.
Hey, that's it.
We're all about our future.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to the work this year for the conference.
I'm gonna put you on the committee. We'll talk soon. So you shouldn't have said that. You're on the committee. I got you.
Stamped. That's cool though.
Maybe we can do some unleashed lives at the conference.
Look, I'll be
There we
right
go.
there.
I got you.
Okay, let's get
That's
that
it.
go. Y'all heard it here first.
That's
All
it.
right. Now, switching gears, and just thinking about the work that you do from the 9 to 5. Um, this summer, I remember, like I said, getting ready for the school year. Then we had all these directives roll out for TA. And you got to do this, and you got to switch this up. And they say, well, we're not going to tell you how to do it. We'll just tell you what to do.
Yeah.
All right. So, at the director of this department, safe and secure, what was your part in getting these directives out? And how did you play a role in that? I guess in Harris County.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So what was your role in kind of pushing?
So we work as a resource for our school districts within Harris County, around Texas, and now we're actually nationally. And so when we also get the directives, because we also have campuses. And so when we get them, we share them with all of our school districts, our police chiefs. We have an operations board that consists of members from every district within Harris County. And so we try and help them and ease the pain. So all summer, of course, after Uvalde, we picked up because it was very reactionary. And unfortunately, that's what it took for school safety to be the forefront as a priority in our schools. And so it wasn't anything that we had to do. We didn't have to create anything because we've been doing it. The Center for Safe and Secure Schools has been around since 1999. However, it just wasn't a priority. So we were ready to go. So when districts were calling us, needing services, needing trainings, needing explanation, needing help, my team was very small until the last 2 weeks. 2 weeks ago, we actually grew to 6. We were a small team of 3, and now we're a team of 6. So just supporting our districts and helping them dissect what the state was asking for, and understanding that we needed to upgrade our policies around door locks, propping open doors, visitors, what that entails. And so helping districts as just a resource or support. That's what Harris County is, an organization that serves as a support for our districts.
Yeah. Well, when you said door propping, that kind of shook me on the inside.
Yeah.
Hey,
Everybody's done it, I'm sure.
Yeah. That's what my first year.
Yeah.
As AP, I remember going to those meetings, and of course, once they put the key cards on, they saying, okay, now we know all your doors computerized. We know which ones are open and who's propping.
Yeah.
And when I tell you, Chief went in at one of our meetings that first year. Oh, yeah. 6 years ago, you do not have to worry about doors being propped by vinyl. We got to talk. And that's just what it is. But so many things. So now, I know you said you were there as a specialist. How was it going from the specialist role over into the director role?
So it was interesting because I tell this story. I did not see myself as a leader or director. I went from an assistant principal, and it's no secret. I resigned in November of 2017. I said, I don't think this is for me, because the things that I want to do to support kids, it felt like if it wasn't about academics, nobody wanted to hear it. And I was like, I'm up against a wall here. These kids aren't going to learn until we learn how to reach them. And so I can discipline all day long. Students were getting suspended. They were getting arrested. And I was like, we are the pipeline to prison, and I'm not going to be a part of this anymore. Didn't necessarily have a plan, but I knew I couldn't continue to do this. I needed to be the change, or it was going to kill me, because it was hard to go home and just do nothing. It felt really bad. And so I came over as a specialist for culture and climate. And now we support schools with emotional safety. So we have the physical safety, the hard, but now we have the softer side, leading from the hard work. Uh-oh, I think I cut off. Let me see.
My God. Technology is a wonderful thing when it works. And then I get a message say something happened, but it's not your fault.
Oh
But
no.
that only means I get a month free or something.
Yes.
Hey,
Oh
okay.
no.
Yes. I'm back. Oh my God. What just happened?
I know I was just talking away, and then I
Oh
was like, oh wait, okay.
yeah. And I couldn't see anything. Then it got quiet. I said, okay. But look, that's what happens when you go live. You just gotta be
Yeah,
ready and roll with
be
it, I
ready.
guess.
That's it. That's it.
So
Flexibility.
I got us back. All right. So now, where do we stop at, Doc? I think
Oh, so you asked about my transition from director to specialist. And so I was
yes.
in the division, and then my director, he retired. And so I applied, not thinking, maybe I'll get the first round. So I got the first round, the second round, and the third round, and they were beasts, and they moved very fast.
Mm.
And so my superintendent, he said, I'm going to give you a year. And if it doesn't work, then that's it. But you have a year. Show me what you got.
Show me what you got.
And I'm 3 years in.
3 years in, must work.
So I'm still here.
And what I guess, and just being real, sometimes it's the dynamics, it's the environment, it's the space, it's the people.
Yeah.
So what do you think was the difference between that position when you resigned and then taking that upkeep, finding out that leadership is in your wheelhouse?
Yeah. So I think it's we go to school to be a teacher, right? And then I went to school, got my master's, went through the program, and I said, okay, assistant principal. But like I said, 9 years in Sci-Fair. So then I moved and I was a middle school teacher, 8th grade. Then I moved to Houston ISD, and I taught 4th grade. Never taught elementary, and I was in at Brookline Elementary, so Broadway area. So completely different. So I was living in Sci-Fair, commuting all the way 610 on Broadway. Did that for 2 years, and it was absolutely amazing. I fell in love with the little ones.
Mm-hmm.
And then I met Dr. DeBose because I was Brookline's HAPSI Teacher of the Year.
Okay.
Dr. DeBose was the president of HAPSI. And so I was like, oh, I want to come work for you. And so I worked at Red Elementary 1 year, and she mentored me, guided me, and I was an assistant principal. And so I left Red Elementary, which was in Maryland, and went to Addicts Middle School, which is in Sunnyside. And yeah, I love all my children. And sometimes I find that they need love too. And like I said, we had to be able to reach them before we could teach them. But I was hitting a wall because we were looking at test scores, looking at attendance. Hurricane Harvey hit, all kind of things, but everybody wanted to focus on the academics, and I get that. But I was like, if we don't equip our students to be able to thrive when they get out of school, we're doing them an injustice.
Most definitely.
And so we weren't doing restorative practices. We weren't doing anything. I was disciplining every day. And I was like, something has to change.
Yeah.
And it was nobody's fault. I just knew in my heart, I couldn't keep doing this. I couldn't keep sending students to jail because they assaulted somebody. So went to Harris County Department of Education without a plan. That was just supposed to be my break. I was going to take a 2-year break and go back. I guess I'm still on break because I haven't gone back. But I'm able to do more. Yeah, do more in this role than I could be in a traditional school setting.
Yeah. And the biggest thing about it, those moves, it's always about just affecting change on a bigger platform.
Yeah.
Right. And so even if we're comfortable, sometimes you have to go and grow.
Yeah.
Be a little uncomfortable, but then once you come out of that cocoon, what a butterfly.
Absolutely.
I got you now. I got you.
So that's my story. I'm originally from Iowa, so I'm not even from Houston.
Yeah.
And so moved here when I graduated and haven't looked back.
Yeah, that was me.
Yeah.
So now, with the Uvalde, we know there was a few pieces missing. We found that out as we kind of go through the places. if I'm not prepared, let's say I'm a school in HISD or Fort Bend, anywhere around, well, I guess Harris County. So if
Mhm.
I'm that school and I say I am not prepared, I don't feel prepared, would you all come out and help? And if so, what does that process look like?
Absolutely. So we do emergency operations plannings. We do school safety and facility audits. We're in about 13 or 14 districts now, doing all of their campuses. So giving them recommendations. It's never an I got you, but recommendations of things that my team has seen that could potentially be a hazard. So we are truly like the support or the resource. There is no judgment because we've all been there. So and we want to make schools safer. So if you need support with your emergency operations plan, people who do those are usually the assistant principals. You've never done one. And you're looking at words and vocabulary that make no sense to you. I know because I was in that position. And so I learned the role. And I said, if we can provide trainings and cohorts to help these assistant principals who are responsible for school safety, they can go back and be an expert in school safety. I know that to be true because I hired an assistant principal. I've hired two in the last 2 years because they learned that role. And that's what we needed was the earpiece of schools of what they're doing, what they're struggling with, and how we can build programs to support them.
Mm, that's it. And I want
Yeah.
to make sure I ask that question because,
Yeah.
like you say, that oof, I was never over the security. Like it was me and my partner. We were the same. We were together for
Yeah.
years. He had his roles.
Yeah.
I had my roles. And when he left, oh boy, I had to learn everything quick.
That fire drill folder, that fire marshal folder,
Oh,
have it
boy.
ready. And then what's your plan? Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I spent my last year at the elementary school just figuring that out, rewriting the book, making sure fire marshal was
Yeah.
happy, making sure everybody was secure.
Yeah.
Luckily though, we had so many things in place till I was able to just really, like I say, learn the lingo, be able
Hmm.
to learn more about it and put it together. But if people don't know that there's a resource for you, like
Yeah.
you don't suffer in silence. Even
Yeah.
if your counterparts in your district can't help, call Dr. Julie.
But call me. Yes, absolutely. We welcome it. I mean,
Yes.
we welcome all support. Tomorrow we're in Channel View. We're running some exercises with them. Um, and it came from the top. Like, people are realizing we need to have a plan and everybody needs to know how to do it. And so we're doing like actual some safety training and plans, wearing tennis shoes like out all day tomorrow
Yeah.
on the what if scenarios.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now with so much going on, and maybe it's sent to you, but I never know with with the HAPSI, with the work, just with everything. How do you stay on top of the latest practices that's happening? So wherever you go,
Yeah.
you're effective.
So for work, that's my priority.
Mhm.
And so there's like a network of emergency managers and directors over school safety. And there's organizations, and I'm a part of several organizations. There's conferences, but then they also send out emails. I meet with Office of Emergency Management for the county, for the city, just to represent the education piece of it.
Mhm.
Most of the police chiefs in the Houston schools, we have a cohort, and so if I need something, because I learn from more from them than they may learn from me, I just call them up. It's a very welcoming community, and it's not a community that I would ever think that I would be a part of because my background is not emergency management, and so that was the piece I think that sets me apart is because I know that without the emotional safety, you can't have physical safety and vice versa. They're the multipliers of each other. You have to have both. And I'm not saying school shootings would not happen, but if we look at the research, a lot of these killers, because that's what they are,
Yeah.
they had some type of emotional breakdown.
Mhm.
And so could we have been the change? We won't know, of course. But let's equip our students and our teachers and our parents to be prepared for the signs and symptoms and be able to offer some type of support.
Yeah, and I agree with you with that one though.
Yeah.
That emotional breakdown, and like I
Yeah.
said, people just weren't paying attention, but the signs were there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Woo, that was deep, but I didn't
Yeah.
want to touch it too much. I just
Yeah.
wanted for people to get that you all are a resource.
Thank you.
The department is a resource, and to reach out to you all, and that's what it's about, connecting those resources.
Please do.
When people call, like I got a networking event, and they always say, "Well, what do you do?" I just say,
Yeah.
"I build bridges."
Yeah,
Right.
that's it. Yep.
That's it.
And people don't learn from kids they don't like, so let's remember that.
Come on now. There we go.
Bridget Pearson. She
Yes.
said, yeah. Think about those kids that's not learning something. We have to meet them halfway or all the way of where they are. And I think that teachers, I applaud them. That's why our teacher of the year is so special every year. Like, we have to go all out for these teachers because they are in the trenches every day. They're doing things to reach these students that I wouldn't even thought of when I was in the classroom, and that wasn't that long ago. And so however we can support our teachers is going to be key.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah.
Coach Sheila says, great information. Thank you, Coach.
Sheila,
I agree.
thank you.
Then that was so funny. She say that's that live for you. It put us on a very quick intermission.
Yeah.
Intermission. Let's go get some water, anything real quick.
Right.
Now, before we land this plane, two big things happened that I was able to watch over the past year, I would say. The graduation.
Oh yeah, I'm still celebrating. I'm still celebrating.
So now with that, I just want to know, because I've been thinking about it, but you work full time, Madam President. How did you find this time, and what was the most, I guess, challenging part of the journey?
So it wasn't until it started being the dissertation writing, and so I was I was not myself. Like, I wasn't focused. I would just get up, go to work, come home, write on that dissertation. The weekends, I would have to disappear, work on the dissertation. I had an amazing chair though. So I worked all over last year, Thanksgiving break, Christmas break, and we would have writing sessions. She didn't let me fail. And so if it wasn't for her, I would probably still be like, I'm all but dissertation. But she was like, where are you? She texts me. I haven't gotten anything from you today. What do you need help with? Jump on the Zoom. Let's talk through it. But it was more myself as well. Julia, you told yourself you were going to be a doctor by December. You need to be a doctor by December 2022.
Yeah.
I have an amazing boss and support system at my job. So if he felt like, have you written today? No, not, no. We would have one-on-ones and he would say, how can I help you? How can I support you with this? You don't always get that, right? And so it was some weekends on a Saturday where he would just send a message like, I hope you're writing. Have a good weekend. So it was like people were rooting for you, but I was rooting for myself.
Yeah.
I wanted this for myself. And what's next? I mean, I don't know. But I knew I wanted this for myself, and I needed to be done by December 2022 because I like to be outside. Yeah. I mean, we were inside for so long. Like, I want to be outside, and I couldn't justify. I had to sit down, and I think that's the hard part for a lot of people. I was okay with stepping away from sorority. My priority was HAPSI, but I have an amazing team. We have an amazing group of committee members, leaders. But I was like, everybody's rooting for me. I'm going to be Dr. Julia Y. Andrews regardless. And so I had to put me first.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
so
like
I think it's so hard for people to do because it feels selfish. Yeah. But I was like, nope. So it was crying, tears, giving up.
Yeah.
But
say that ugly crying, just throw everything.
Like throw it away. Like I give up. But it was people rooting for me. And I felt like I didn't want to let myself down or the people in my corner.
That's nice.
I was surrounded by doctors. So everybody around me is a doctor.
Yeah.
My president-elect, Dr. Rhonda Mason, we finished together. She defended on a Thursday. I was that next Tuesday. We did this together this last year, so it helped.
That's nice.
It really did.
Yeah. Now, the next thing I got to see was just very recently. I thought you about to join in or be our backup singer or something, because I seen you kicking it with Fantasia. So I didn't know what was happening next. I was like, wait a minute, is she switching the gears?
Yes.
So talk to me about that. How was it? How did you, like, did they have passes? I mean, what happened?
So let me give you some backstory. Sigma Gamma Rho Sorority Incorporated, we turned 100 2022. And so we've celebrated all year. So we had summer celebration in July at Indianapolis, and then our Founders Day. And then I think it was a day after, too, they announced Fantasia was one of our honorary sorors in this centennial class. And so then we saw Fantasia's going on tour in Houston. So I'm like, I'll get a ticket, no big deal. I get a message and they were like, you've been invited to go backstage. You couldn't tell me nothing this weekend. All weekend, I was like, oh, I'm going to see Fantasia. Yeah. I was at Pilates, like, hey, y'all. Those women didn't know what I was talking about. I was like, I'm going to see Fantasia. So I was so excited, but she's our sorority sister, and a limited number of sorors were able to go back to the meet and greet. So it was like leadership within the sorority and within the community. Our international grand bacheloress and our executive director are both, they both live here in Houston. And so they're movers and shakers. So Fantasia's all, she'll sell out just from her sorors.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Man,
so,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm glad I got that explanation.
Nobody can say they don't know about Sigma Gamma Rho Sorority Incorporated, because clearly we've given y'all everything this last year for our centennial.
Come on now. Everything.
Like everything. So.
Oh, let me see here. Fran gave it a thumbs up in the heart. All right, Fran. Okay. That's cool. All right, so now, as we close, if you have not, after hearing everything about what HAPSI does, decided to join, or you're a little hesitant, what's that last pitch for them, Madam President, to get them to go ahead and become a member today?
So HAPSI, it's the most affordable professional organization. It's the greatest network on earth. There are so many people I know, and I'm one of them, who have benefited from being a member, but not just a member, being in the work. And those people who make decisions see the work that you're doing, and you can move up. I mean, we lift as we climb. So there's something for everyone. If you want to do a lot or a little, we have something for you. But I think it's going to be the best $130 that you'll ever spend growing yourself.
Yeah, I like that. We lift as we climb. Lift
as we climb in HAPSI. We absolutely do.
I like that. So now, give them the information in case they want to reach out or anything to catch up with you at HCDE, for school leaders to just talk about that safety. Because like I say,
yes,
resource, but you got to know it's there, and then you have to use it once you know. So people, now you know.
Yeah.
Time to go.
So they can follow me on Twitter. So I recently changed my Twitter name, and my phone, I don't have my phone with me to figure out my Twitter. I think it's at Dr. J.Y. Andrews is my new Twitter. Okay. I changed my name. You can follow for HAPSI. It's at HAPSI and the number 3 on Twitter. And then for the Center for Safe and Secure Schools, it's CSSS_HCDE. And they can also find us at HAPSI.org and then HCDE-Texas.org. Man, or Google. I Googled myself the other day and I was like, oh, how do I get some of this information off? But Google will always work.
It always works, whether you like it or not.
I mean, everybody's watching. I mean, yeah, so.
All right, Doc. Well, I want to say thank you for taking some time out. To just come through, talk about the work. And just, like I say, being that resource for people, because we got to take advantage. We say we want to grow, we want to get better, and then we never make those actions. But tonight was all about pushing people to take that action, to do something.
You have to.
Thank you so much, Doctor.
Thank you. We'll be in touch. We'll see you at the HAPSI conference.
Yes, I told. Look, she already said I'm right there on the side with I got the whole banner step and repeat thing, just calling everybody over. How you feel about this event?
We got you.
Me. I'm there. Call me.
Okay.
All right, y'all. This is KT for KTTV signing out. 100.
This is Darnell with Broadcast Houston.
This is Dr. Tamara Beckford.
Hey, this is Candace.
This is London Underwood. This is Kirsten Bass with Inner City Greens, and you're watching.
Y'all are now tuned in to
KTTV.
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 KTTV.